Well, good evening and thank you for joining me. I'm First Alert meteorologist Jake Lambright. Of course, temperatures this afternoon were on the mild side, and tomorrow morning there will be a pretty noticeable difference compared to this morning's morning lows. The good news is this is going to be a very short-lived kind of brief warm-up that we'll be experiencing tonight going into tomorrow. Even afternoon highs tomorrow are going to be some of the warmest that we'll really see here over the next 7 days. So let's start off by looking at where we were at officially for morning lows today. You'll notice across portions of central Louisiana, Baton Rouge, both Alexandria and Baton Rouge officially reaching the upper 40s for those morning lows. Along I-20, we had some low 50s. Even along the I-10 corridor, including Lake Charles, we had low 50s as well. Temperatures, though, a lot warmer as you head closer to the coast. This morning, New Orleans starting things out near 63 degrees, and that's just because of those warm waters nearby, helping to keep those temperatures a little bit warmer. Now, the highs this afternoon, of course, we warmed up very nicely despite that cool start to the day. Afternoon highs really range from the low to mid 80s, so a little bit above where we need to be for this time of the year. Really, our average is in the upper 70s by this point. The good news is, while it's been a warm afternoon and it's going to be a warm and muggy night tonight, our next round of relief is on the way, and the way of that cold front that will be moving throughout the day on Tuesday. Want to give you the first alert to that, of course. Spotty showers and storms will be possible ahead of this front. The good news is we're not going to see a lot of rain out of this. I guess that's kind of the bad news in it, but on the bright side, no severe weather is expected with these storms as that front pushes through. So that's the positive news, not dealing with strong to severe storms tomorrow. Other good news, temperatures are cooling back down behind that front. It's going to be very noticeable as we head through the next couple of days. So let's go ahead and time things out here on Futurecast tomorrow morning. See, by the early morning hours, I-20 maybe seeing some of that spotty rain. Then by 10 a.m., those showers and storms start to progress a little bit further to the south, impacting areas like Sabine, Natchitoches, and Wind Parish. You'll notice not a lot of rain coverage there. There are going to be many of you tomorrow that may not see a drop of rain out there at all. For those that do, rainfall totals are not expected to really be all that impressive. You'll see here by noon, latest guidance here has this cold front pushing through a little bit later in the day, so maybe you're not getting rained on that lunch break. I would still keep the umbrella just in case throughout the day. If you don't see that rain by lunchtime, there is a chance by the time it's about that time to pick up the kiddos from school, you might see a few raindrops out there, but again, nothing too crazy. That line moves to the south just after dinner time, and then we're dry for the rest of Tuesday night and really through the rest of this work week. So Futurecast here with temperatures. If you like what you see there, those 50s, things are going to look even better. Right now, I've got upper 40s in the forecast for Wednesday morning. Afternoon highs looking great as well. We're going to be back into the upper 70s, maybe even mid 70s in a few locations. So very similar to where we were this weekend. And that cooler weather, plus or minus a couple degrees, will be sticking with us for the next 7 to 10 days. So our high temperature trend, here's a look at it. Like I said, Tuesday is really going to be one of the warmer days out of the next 7. Then we're really hovering in the upper 70s to low 80s across the region. So a very nice change compared to the mid and upper 80s that we've been dealing with here these past couple of weeks. Now, when it comes to rain chances over the next week, tomorrow I've got us at about a 50% chance for rain, so nothing too crazy. We're dry the rest of the work week, and then rain chances pick back up as we head into the upcoming weekend. Now, with that next weather maker rolling through, severe weather is a possibility. I just don't think it's a big possibility for us here. Overall, I'm not too concerned at this time. If that changes, of course, we'll let you know. But for now, I just don't anticipate us seeing much in the way of any kind of strong to severe storm activity heading into the weekend. Rain chances gradually taper off heading into Sunday, and then Monday of next week, maybe some low and rain chances in the forecast there next Tuesday. We'll have to see how things pan out. For now, though, we're going to stay pretty quiet overnight tonight. Maybe a couple of passing clouds, but overall things will be on the nicer side. Temperatures already cooling down into the mid 60s in Alexandria. Some spots, though, holding strong with the lower 70s, including Winfield, Leesville, DeRidder, a couple locations there still sitting in the lower 70s. So overnight tonight, again, a big change compared to the upper 40s and low 50s that we woke up to this morning. We start the day off in the low and mid 60s with that increased humidity. Again, that cold front rolls through during the day, though, and that drives that warmer weather and higher humidity out. So this is going to be a very brief warm-up for us. You'll see here as we go through the next couple of hours, temperatures will slowly fall into the low 60s, mid 60s by the time you start that morning drive tomorrow. We've got our Facebook chat over here on the side. Feel free to leave any comments. See, I've already got one here. I'll get to those here in just a moment. So if you have any questions, just want to pop in and say hi, or have questions about this weekend's forecast, what to expect in the coming days, again, feel free to leave those over in our Facebook chat. I'll be getting to those here in just a moment. Do want to talk a little bit about the tropics. Of course, we have Invest 98L out there, likely to become Melissa soon, now at a 90% chance of becoming an organized system here within the next 48 hours. There are some uncertainties with Melissa's track. but more likely than not, we will see Melissa not impact us along the Gulf Coast. Not a big concern for me now. Of course, I'll keep tabs on it. I'll provide you updates when I can, but for now, not a big cause for concern for us here in the state of Louisiana. All right, let's get to what everybody's been waiting for. A very nice and pleasant looking first alert 7 and 10-day forecast. Let's break down the first 7 days here first. Again, warm temperatures tomorrow, mid-80s generally for highs. Then we fall into the upper 70s to low 80s for high temps really over the next 7 days. We keep it in the upper 40s to low 50s for morning lows here for the next few mornings, then eventually low 50s. You'll notice though, temperatures, morning lows back into the 60s here as we head into the weekend. So humidity going to start rising, and as a result, we will see those morning lows increase as well. Your 10-day forecast though does technically have another weather maker in view that could bring us a more impactful and substantial cool down a little closer to Halloween. You see that shift there by the middle to latter part of the week. We could see highs as low as the upper 60s and potentially morning lows in the low to mid 40s. Now that is day 9 and 10 on the 10-day forecast, so there is a lot of fine tuning to do between now and then. I don't want to get anybody's hopes up, but for now, provided that all that rolls through on track, things are looking pretty good, and that would be some of our coolest, or definitely our coolest weather so far this season. One thing I've been noting too, and I'm gonna have to prepare some graphics, maybe we'll talk a little bit more about this tomorrow after we get that rain and those cooler temperatures back in Louisiana as well. But if that next weather maker coming in next week is going to drop those temperatures a little more substantially does come to fruition, one thing that does stick out to me is that it is a very powerful low pressure system with a very tight pressure gradient, or that means across the United States there's a lot of pressure change in a very short amount of distance. That could lead to some pretty gusty winds next week as well. So like I said, that's pretty far off in the forecast, but just kind of a first alert to that, something I'm going to be combing through, especially as we head later on into this week. All right, see, I have a couple of comments here. I'll pull those up here real quickly before I hop off. I see Linda is joining me this evening. Hi there, Linda. Thank you so much for joining me here on our live stream. Always appreciate it, and appreciate you dropping in and saying hey. Also see Norma is joining on our live stream as well. Good evening, Norma. I hope that everything is going great for y'all today. It's been a great Monday. Again, temperatures today were great this morning. A little warm for the afternoon, but looking forward to getting that next batch of cool weather in as we head into Tuesday night and Wednesday morning. All right, I don't see any additional questions here on the side for now, so I'm going to go ahead and hop off. Of course, I'll be keeping you up to date with the latest as that ring moves through tomorrow, and of course, as temperatures start to cool down as well. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I'll see you on the air tonight at 10. Hope you have a great rest of your Monday and a great Tuesday ahead.